Yo, I may cuss, but I don't curse. Let's get that situated first. Bars, I'm nice. So, back with another one talking about Venus and the heart chakra. I told y'all I'd get back to y'all. I ain't gonna leave y'all hanging. We're gonna finish this chakra series. So, when we're talking about the heart chakra, last time we talked about the solar plexus, the sun chakra, right? And it was a great session, if you ask me. And this would be the next level, if you will, of articulation and just channeling energy. And when it comes to the heart chakra, first of all, the heart chakra has more of a vibrant frequency than all of the rest of the chakras. That's one. Two, I mean, it's just different things that's involved when it comes to the heart chakra. Of course it is, right? One of them is chemistry. Chemistry is one of them. The ability to understand when you and another person connect in a way that is productive and harmonious, right? Now, when I was talking about the solar plexus, because when you're dealing with the solar plexus chakra and the ego, the self, right? You could just be loud and obnoxious. And no matter what environment that you're in, you're going to get some type of attention, right? And that can be done. You can gain a type of attention from a significant other, a lover, someone that you're dating, right? And they may be entertained by the way you entertain, by your characteristics, by the way that you are animated and, you know what I mean, show out when it's and show up and show out type shit. You know what I'm saying? Leo type shit, putting on a show, right? However, how can you be truly confident in knowing that that person values you? That's the difference when it comes to the heart chakra and the Venus chakra. Where's the value? Because obviously, right? And I can't even say obviously. Like, let's say you step into a crowd, you make people laugh, you make that significant other laugh to the degree where you look at them and you're like, man, they really like me. You know what I'm saying? Or at least they really think I'm funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're laughing at all my jokes. But that's all that really means, is that they're entertained by you and they are entertaining you. Right? I know chicks right now that just love to be entertained by dudes, but have no thought of being with them, no thought of sleeping with them, no none of that. They just want to waste time and they need to get the time pass by. You know what I'm saying? Y'all chicks, y'all be knowing, you know what I mean? The dudes that take out on dinner dates only and shit like that. You got some of us sectored off type shit. You know what I mean? Anyway, how do you truly know that they value you? Is what the question is when it comes to this chakra. So the Venus heart chakra enables you to see the other person show and prove that they value you by returning some energy to you, right? So maybe you've cracked all of the jokes. Maybe you don't feel funny today. Maybe they pick you up with a few jokes of their own today, right? That's I don't want to put a level on it, but that's at a level that's different from maybe going to the restaurant. You usually pick up the tab by being generous, right? Solar plexus, ego, Leo. I got the tab. Don't worry about it. This time, they picking up the tab. No, you don't worry about it. I got it. You know, and they might even have to fight you for it because you're so used to being a provider and bravado and alpha or whatever the case may be. I'm being sarcastic right now. You know I am, right? But anyway, because I've been voiced to y'all plenty of times, some of the richest dudes in the world, they'll lose their bitch still. And reason being is because they buy them every fucking thing. They buy them off, and they don't enable the opportunity for them to show some type of sentimental value back towards them. Let them do something for you. You trying to tell a nurturer by nature that they can't nurture you, they can't take care of you in some type of way. And if they do, you're going to feel insecure or belittled in some type of way because that's not what men do or whatever the case may be. You fuck around, lose your bitch, man. And y'all know I done said this a couple of times already. But anyway. See, I'm getting animated now. But when you enable the heart chakra to open up, the ego dissolves. It must. Until it comes to a point where, we'll get to that another time. I don't want to water this down. The ego must dissolve in order for there to be an interaction that is harmonious and shows that you can be vulnerable enough to allow somebody to do something for you, that significant other to do something for you, right? This shows that they can be of value to you. But not only that, the heart chakra also enables them, or enables the situation to show where you're agreeable at, to where you can cooperate. Because it's one thing to be able to be showy and be able to have, you know, just characteristics that are very good, especially when it comes to like maybe being a motivational speaker, right? That Leo solar plexus type of energy. Show out, show up, leadership, just taking action. People view you taking action. They observe. They like, man, want to be like him, want to be like her one day. You know, I'd love to have the confidence that they have type shit, right? But it's another thing when you have to actually get in cahoots with the other person to work together with them. That's a different story. So your ego may be full of yourself because you have this ability to garner attention, but how many tasks have you gotten done when it came time to work with others? How many goals have you gotten completed when it came time to work with others? And not just your goals I'm talking about, the goals of others. Or are you too egotistical, or were you too egotistical in your solar plexus chakra to do so? I got some notes here, y'all, because I wanted to make this special for everyone. So, so this heart chakra enables you to practice the implementation of value. Show and prove not only to yourself, but to others that you're involved with, that you can actually be of value, which is going to come with compromise sometimes. It's going to come with cooperation. It's going to come with being agreeable, right? Not always the simplest thing to do, but when you love someone, you do. Now, I'll tell you a situation to where I can even explain this maybe in greater detail. So a while back, right, I had a situation where I was conversing with a broad, and we was talking about something, and then they asked me to give them something, and I was like, I ain't got it. You know what I mean? But it wasn't just that. And I can say we are cool. We was cool and stuff like that, right? But I'm using this story so I can emphasize the difference in the chakras. That person is attracted to my solar plexus, the energy that I give off, the confidence I exude when I do, the leadership qualities, the, you know, how I can be animated, my sense of humor, my characteristics, my charm when I turn it on, bars, but those types of things, right? And we haven't experienced this type of level of interaction before to where that would be a thing. But it wasn't just that. They boosted it up to the heart chakra level. Some of y'all, maybe I'm just a bit stubborn, or maybe I'm just a bit stern, right? Maybe I'm just a little bit too pimpish or something. I don't know. You tell me how this sounds to you, but I know what it sounds like to me. I know what it felt like to me. It was like, it was unexpected, but they expected me to be generous, which is a solar plexus characteristic, right? And I was like, no. And this is what you're going to also come to terms with when it comes to the heart chakra, is that tough love is a thing. It's still love, but it's tough love. Because remember, love comes with harmony, right? So it was challenging for the other person to even understand that maybe I ain't have it, right? Or maybe I had other things to take care of. Or maybe this should have been a conversation that started in a different kind of way. That, you know what I mean, kind of like eased into it. Maybe this should have been something that prepared me for it, right? I need so-and-so, such and such date, this, that, and the third. Maybe. But they didn't empathize, which is a strong component associated with Venus in the heart chakra. You know, they didn't even take it there. They just went to expecting, and they went on how they felt about the situation. And then when I tell you they expected it, they expected it. And I was just like, kind of taken aback a bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, and it's odd to me because, and keep this in mind, I had offered work to this person before. You know what I'm saying? To do some things for me, and I was going to pay them. And it was fucking crickets. I'm just keeping it a bean, right? It was crickets. It was crickets. Now, Venus rules over trade, rules over Libra. We could have easily got, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't too long before they had even asked me this question. I took a mental note of that as well as we having this conversation. I didn't say anything. I didn't want to be, vindictive. I didn't want to be vicious. But I did say no. And that's part of the tough love. That's part of the heart chakra too. That's part of the Venus chakra too, because there has to be a balance, right? There's another side to it, and that's my side. That's the equilibrium. I was waiting to get quizzed on it. Like, why not? But it wasn't any of that. It was just them being very adamant on why it should have been the way that they expected it to be. So that was them being stuck, maybe, I guess is a good word to use, in their solar plexus chakra, not elevating in a style that warrants the energy of collaboration and cooperation that's associated with the heart chakra, the Venus chakra, And not for nothing, which we're going to get to in the next chakra point, with the throat chakra, when it comes to voicing it, which is going to be very important, sometimes you have to articulate your ego, even when you're dealing with the heart chakra, because you trying to explain to the other person why it's a yes or why it's a no, right? But the ego and the solar plexus rules over likes and dislikes. So, like I said before, if you're passive about certain things and you don't express your ego, it's good to have an ego. It's healthy. You just got to have a healthy ego. When you are passive about expressing yourself and your likes and your dislikes, you're basically just delaying the inevitable, which is going to be some type of argument that may be more increased the longer that you let it go, because you're letting that thing slide that you should speak up about and nip in the bud, or at least state your terms and conditions, which is also associated with Venus. It's not just lovey-dovey and everything is easy breezy when we're dealing with the heart chakra. Remember, it's a vibration, y'all. It's a frequency. You got to feel that shit. You can't fake what you feel, right? So that's another thing we're going to talk about when we get to the Mercury and the throat chakra. Some people could try to talk, and when they talk, they go against what their vibration gives off. And those people who are readers, intuitive readers, they pick up on that. They pick up on the vibe and the frequency, and they be like, something ain't right. You know what I mean? The language ain't matching your vibe. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. So when you set your terms and conditions, what you're doing is you're saying that you have a value system. You're not denouncing their value to you. You're just stating a way that they need you to situate themselves so that it's cooperative. You can't just expect anything at any time, because there has to be a push-pull, you know what I mean? Seesaw, gravitational type of way that swings in momentum, right? It has to be in balance. You can't just draw or push yourself on without having that type of momentum swing. So that's that part, right? Now, the heart chakra also revolves around relationships being confirmed. Let's talk about it, right? Because again, you could be all wrapped up in your solar plexus and, right, the dating scene, Leo, all of that solar plexus stuff rules over dating. So it's more about having fun. You might be courting, going out, you know what I mean? Being at, like I said, you might be at a baseball game or something like that. Y'all chilling, y'all hitting it off. A whole lot of sense of humor, this, that, and the third. And nobody has said, what are we yet? And I know that could sound corny and cheesy to someone, especially men, right? We like, yo, what do you mean? You know what I'm saying? Men cringe when they hear that shit. But the reality of it is, you got the courage enough, which I spoke about in the solar plexus video. You got the courage enough to muster up this confidence to go ask that woman out, or to go ask to be with that woman in some type of way, to even flirt with them, to give them the implication that implies, right, that you want to tug on their tits one day, right? You did that. So what makes you ashamed, afraid, or and even if it's just to have the conversation about that, to say, what are we? To answer what you are clearly, right? And that's where a lot of relationships meet. That's what makes or breaks the relationship, is when people can either answer that question or they can't, or they think it's a problem, they think it's an issue. Well, how do you expect to elevate with that individual? Bars. That kind of rhymes, right? Issue, individual. Yes, bars. I'm nice. We know that. So courage, it takes heart, right? To develop this heart chakra as well. You got to have heart to put yourself in it, to say, well, you know what? We've been doing this for this amount of time. You know, I tell you what it looks like. I tell you what it feels like. It feels like you my girl. You know what I'm saying? It's official. You my bitch. But I mean, I have to say it. She might be like, yeah, I just wanted to hear you say it. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. You know what I mean? But this is where relationships get confirmed. Because now it's like, I fucks with you, you fucks with me. I love you, you love me. We do things for each other. You know what I'm saying? And of course, we see this in the corporate world. I ain't even got to get to that yet. You know what I mean? I'm trying to keep it romantic because I don't fucking know. Just because I think it just has more flair and pizzazz to it. You know what I'm saying? But it works in the corporate world as well. You know what I'm saying? Do you agree to the terms and the conditions? You give me the resume. I tell you what the job stipulations are. You carry them out. We good? All right. Fill out the forms. You start Monday. Right? People be thinking that love is not terms and conditions, and that's where you're fucked up. Venus heart chakra is terms and conditions, because again, think about it. Y'all want to talk about unconditional love and Neptune, that's fine. We're going to talk about that at another time. Bars. Fucking nice, right? But Venus heart chakra, terms and conditions, you better believe it. Because just think about it. Would you want someone to bulldoze all over you? You done got caught holding a bag before. You done got caught holding the shit end of the stick before. Pause. On bars. No, pause. It's crazy work. Shitty stick. But you get what I'm saying, right? So you know what it feels like to get an uneven bargain, to have a messed up deal. And a messed up deal is not love, because it's not balanced and it's not harmonious. Somewhere in that contract, you should have read the fine print and caught it and said, you know what? We got to negotiate this part. Also ruled by the heart, Venus, the love chakra. Negotiation. You're not above approach. You're not above negotiating terms. Because if you are, then your ego has taken total control. Your ego has not dissolved, and you don't allow to be in that heart space. You don't qualify to be in that heart space with another individual when you can't do that. Keep it a bean. Spitting facts or not. Facts or not. So this is where relationships get confirmed. Also, love can hurt. I mentioned that, tough love, right? Like when I had the situation a while back with Shorty, I had to show them tough love. And, there's a level of vulnerability that comes with the heart chakra as well. And egos are not comfortable there. Again, the ego has to dissolve in order for a person to be vulnerable. And this makes, I would say, people I've counseled in situations that I've been in or observed, and it's a touchy area, but I've seen to where people couldn't be vulnerable and they lost their bitch. I've also seen situations where guys were vulnerable and they lost their bitch because of that. So how do we describe that, right? How do you come to terms with that? Well, there is a sense of sadness that comes with the heart chakra. And the thing is, you can't always detect what your spouse wants from you. And sometimes you'll become so accustomed with being in a relationship, in the partnership of the give and take and the back and forth, that you think every situation should be that way because that's what keeps peace. That's what keeps harmony. But again, the terms and the conditions that's associated with the heart chakra, because there will be and should be, are based upon egos, your likes and your dislikes as a person. So this is why these chakras are so closely connected. You can't totally, or you should, it's not expected of you to totally forget about yourself. Because again, when you hit it off with somebody that you get in a relationship with, 8 times out of 10, they're going to be attracted by your soul. your soul expression, your solar plexus. They are. When you in a real relationship, you know? So sometimes I've seen people forget who they were when they first got into the joint. And you got to remember, that's an attractive impulse that they picked up on that made their hairs rise on their neck and say, ooh, him, her. You understand what I'm saying? And when you no longer give that off because you are too concerned with how they're going to feel or how the household is going to feel, how the relationship is going to go. Y'all had an argument before. You ain't like how it went. You might have an argument again. Bars. And you don't want to go through all of that. It's probably because when you reach that level, it's because what needed to be articulated, the likes and the dislikes in the first argument did not get articulated. It was more about brushing each other off, trying to suck your teeth, or, you know what I mean? Walk out, taking a walk, and have the conversation. Express your likes and dislikes. They already know you. Like, I know a broad that I'm attracted to, I already know, for the most part, their likes and dislikes. You know what I'm saying? The same way that they're going to already know yours. They've been cool with it when y'all was just dating. You know what I'm saying? They might have laughed at it and been like, shut up, or fuck you. You play too fucking much. Or, you know what I'm saying? I hate you and shit like that. It's just like, all right, whatever. But they know that's you. The same way you know that's them. Like, it's like, oh, fucking God. She's doing that shit again, right? But you know that's them, right? When they not like that no more, ain't you going to suspect something or think something is wrong? Or you just going to be so overjoyed that they're not running their fucking jibs, that they're not flapping their jibs, right? And I get it. You know what I'm saying? It might be that harmony piece, wonderful thing. But check this shit out. And this is what I said. It's not all love. It's not all sunshine and rainbows when it comes to love. Love could fucking hurt, man. Romeo and Juliet type shit. You know what I'm saying? Think about it like this. Would you enjoy a significant other who brought you a pair of mismatched sneakers and said, here, wear these, with a smile on their face and everything? When you know that they know the type of sneakers that you want, that you wanted, that you're trying to get at this very moment in time, but they come and they hand you same sneaker, same brand, just mismatched colors. And they smile, and they're not the same sneakers that you wanted either. It's not the same style. And some of you may say, you know what, it's the thought that counts, and you're thinking about unconditional love, that Neptune shouldn't just be like, you know what, it's better, I got a gift, I got a pair of sneakers to put on my feet better than anything, right? What you got to understand is this. If that woman or that man fell in love with you, ma, and they fell in love with your confidence, y'all fell in love with each other's confidence, that's a sign of cowarding. That's a sign of settling, you know? If you ask me, I'd be like, bitch, you know me better than this. You better take them fucking sneakers back. Wherever you got them from, get the receipt. Where'd you get them from? Well, where's the other pair? You bought two pairs. You know what I mean? Like, we gonna have a discussion at that point, you know? And I'm expecting them to laugh it off like I knew he was going to say some shit like that. No, what had happened was my friend had extra sneakers. They gave them to me, so I'm just giving them to you. I still know what kind of sneakers you want. I'm going to get them. I'm just saying, take these for right now. Oh, well, you should have said that then. Because I could have sworn these are the sneakers that you was giving me that I said that I wanted. Those ain't the ones I want. You know they ain't the ones that I want. You know what? As a matter of fact, because it could turn into this. You know what? As a matter of fact, I'll get it myself. Never mind. I'll get them myself. This is why I don't depend on nobody. This is why I don't ask nobody for shit, right? Y'all been there. Y'all did that, right? So this is what I'm saying. Love can hurt. Love can hurt because you can dissolve your ego to the point where it's not true cooperation because the likes and the dislikes are not truly revealed, right? They're not truly revealed. That's why communication is key. That's why the Mercury chakra is next. The throat chakra is next. But, you know, it can be like that. Love can hurt, yo. Romeo and Juliet shit again. You know what I'm saying? You know what happened to them? Bars. Fucking nice. Where I'm at. Now, your character, right? Your character can get extracted by way of this chakra as well. And it might just be for that purpose. Again, this can be a beautiful, joyful thing, or it could swing the other way on the other side of the pendulum. Pause. It can be a heartbreaking and sad case of events that occurs because, and what I say by extracted is your ball juice, man. You know, chick extract your ball juice, duplicate y'all, you know what I'm saying? Make another one of y'all. And not for nothing, you would think that, you know, parents always want to be like, oh yeah, got his eyes, got her lips, this, that, and the third, speaks like me, walks like him, this, that structure, right? And those are the characteristics of the soul and the solar plexus, right? But it takes two. It takes the love. It takes the love muscles to squeeze that up out of you, man. To shoot it on up there into the motherfucking eggs, man. You know? And then there's certain situations to where all of the attention that you was getting, all the loving that you was getting is now going to the baby. It's all going to the baby now. Look at the baby. And nobody's patting you on the balls anymore. Right? So these types of situations occur. And then you start to reflect and you start to ponder because the relationship in this type of scenario, y'all, the relationship is no, I'm not wishing this shit on people. I'm just saying this shit happens, B. Trust me. You get in that situation to where you notice that the relationship is suffering, at least on your end, right? The woman might just be in la la land. She's got the baby, the tits, milk, you know what I mean? Doing what she does, nurturing, you know what I mean? Less sex, you know? And you just over there pondering and reflecting and like, yo, I'm just a sack of ball juice, ain't I? You know? And I've seen relationships fade because of that shit, man. I'm telling you, I have. You know? It's like you would throw away. And I talk about the beehive logic often as well. You know what I mean? But it can happen. Love can hurt, man. Love can hurt. And then I would guess the average person doesn't want to look at that like, man, this is for, you know, the person be like, yeah, that's for my kid, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We had our time, me and my lover, my significant other. We made a baby. We made 2 babies. We made how many babies we made. But we ain't the same no more. We don't kick it like that no more. You know? We don't value each other the way that we did anymore because we got to pass down all our values or give our attention, solar plexus, and our heart chakras to these additions that we've brought to this family. In some situations, and a lot of situations, actually, the family is not even, it doesn't look like traditional family unit anymore, right? If the two of you break apart, yeah, you can co-parent and you can do that baby mama, baby daddy thing, but it's not ever the same. It's not ever the same. And you get to reflecting on that like, damn, man, I remember, well, ladies, y'all too, I'm gonna be like, damn, I remember I had 0 stretch marks, you know what I'm saying? My titties was up to here. You start reflecting on that shit too, like, damn, you know? I gave this motherfucker a lot of years of my life, you know? I had these kids, my ass cheeks dropped a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I had plenty of conversations with y'all, and I know exactly what to say about this shit, you know what I mean? I know all of the words, the terms, the phrases, all of it. All of it. I just couldn't wait to do this chakra, right? But anyway, so yeah, it's that part. Your character can be extracted by way of this chakra, you know? Now, this is something also that can be very sad about the heart chakra, the love chakra. Indulgence, again, but not just sad. It could be a beautiful thing, right? When you indulge, you engage, you indulge in all of the sweet, sensual things that life has to offer, whether it's chocolates, beanbags, and titties. What a great combination, by the way, right? I don't know what to say, B. But real talk, right? You can get to a point where, what do they call that? Hedonism. You can seek it out so much that it starts to deteriorate the two. So I brought up Romeo and Juliet and stuff like that. Also, some people see it in toxic relationships. But even in the most harmonious of relationships, right? I pick up on Taurus energy when I think of this. It's like, you know, if you could have all of your creature comforts at your disposal and you didn't have to work and, you know, life was just you know, you could just wake up and breathe, right? Frolic in the fucking woods. Then you wouldn't have care or concern to do much. Now, just imagine if you're in a poly situation, or imagine you're a part of a village to where you're not monogamous or something like that. This can even erode to the effect of, where STDs come in, or where personalities clash, right? Some people don't want to be privy to observing you with someone else. You might not even know that that person liked you like that, but now they see you with so-and-so so much, hugged up and shit like that, and they envious, they jealous, and next thing you know, you got other issues like that on your hands, right? So if you're in a society or you're in a village that is observing this, taking watch and taking notes, and let's say, some buildings got to get built, some huts, whatever time we're talking about at this time, right? Some people are going to be like, yo, what the fuck is happening to society? I guess you can reflect on the 60s with the free love and the hippie shit came in, right? Mescaline tabs and titties everywhere, right? Society was low-key collapsing at that time. So something had to happen to get shit back together and make it cohesive to the point where people were still facilitating their lives to where it was civil enough to withstand itself, to support itself. So love, the love chakra, when it comes to indulgence, can get so thick, that you just become oblivious to all of that. And what happened is, right, if you ask me, but this is what I theorize, is that this is where the whole pimping and prostitution and all of this shit came about, because observers realized the affection that is shared in this heart chakra and said, okay, they value that at so much of a level, but do they also value food? Do they also value water? What else do they value besides fucking touching, rubbing? What else do they, you know what I mean? So as those things became commodified, they found a way to commodify humans as well. Because when you start with the commodities, the tangible commodities of the earth, so to speak, right? Let's start with the basics: food, clothing, and shelter. What's that's doing, especially when you put it in place of a monetary unit such as a dollar, a fiat currency, the way you have to obtain it, circulate it, and continue to obtain it, you start to see, well, okay, they're going to be doing less touching, rubbing, fucking, hugging, because they got other bars, right? But they got other shit to attend to. They need that roof over their head. They need them clothes on their back. They need the et cetera, the food to eat, right? So then it's just like, hey, baby, come in. Like, don't fucking touch me. It's just like, yo, whoa, what's going on with you? We ain't harmonious no more. What's on with the love chakra? I got to get this money, nigga. Oh, okay. Right. Right? So then you're going to understand how the act of love got commodified, which is more, I found, and this is a new discovery for me. I found this to be in the Mercury discovery, the throat chakra, to be where love was hijacked, so to speak. I said this in my last podcast, I believe, too, and commodified because of this observation. Love was hijacked and a price tag was put on it. It's like a price was put on your head, but in a lovable way. Kind of sick still. Still kind of sick, B. You know what I mean? But yeah, because you can see a society just totally collapse and erode when you indulge too much. It's wild, because the pursuit for hedonism, I told this to someone too, eventually is no longer hedonism when you can no longer function you can no longer function in a civil way, in a responsible way. It can't be hedonism. Hedonism at that point has to actually have a turning point to where you balance it out and say, oh yeah, I could love, hug, and fuck, and I can get this money, shit, shave, polish, all the other shit too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not forgetting about other shit out here. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. What else I got going on here? But it also deals with terms and conditions, the balancing out, the Venus part of that as well. But you can understand why, right? It's like, yo, nigga, I really need to get this money, or we ain't gonna have this, we ain't gonna have that. The dude might just say, well, okay, well, we gonna get this money then. Don't mind me, y'all. Celebrities on stage compared to on set. What I mean by this is kind of what I mentioned earlier about having the gift of the gab, at least when it comes to being showy, garnering attention to yourself, right? So it's like an entertainer. When you see them on stage, they're doing their thing, right? They look like the epitome of entertainment. They embody all of the traits and characteristics necessary to move a crowd, to keep people entertained, to keep them engaged. However, let's say you get that same entertainer on a set for a movie, and they're like, oh yeah, we're going to pay so-and-so buku dollars to get on the set. I know y'all heard some nightmare stories about some of those Hollywood actors that they can't fucking get along with nobody. They got rules. Oh, they don't want you talking to them when they on set, and all this type of wild shit. Is just like, yo, what the fuck? Oh, that person's so hard to deal with, so hard to work with. Why the fuck are you working with them then, right? So they have a huge solar plexus, great solar plexus abilities, but their heart chakra fucking sucks. It sucks. Pause. But it just does, you know? And in a lot of situations, that's only going to get you so far. In America, of course, right? It's just like, so what? That's Al Pacino. Not saying anything. Well, as a matter of fact, they do say a lot about you, Al. To see why I don't like mentioning celebrities, I don't like the shit, you know. But that type of shit can happen with the solar plexus. I mean, not the solar plexus, with the heart chakra. You know what I'm saying? You're not able to go but so far when it comes to doing things, when it comes to other people's dreams and stuff like that. Like, you might miss the next role because of that, or people may have had you in mind because of your performance, but when it comes to the work ethic, they're just like, you know what? I'll pass. We can also utilize him or her because they did great and so and so. You get what I'm saying? Type shit. What else I got here? There's a saying that goes, turn down your light to make others comfortable. Y'all heard that saying before? Matter of fact, hold on, I'm saying that wrong. It says that don't turn down your light, to make other people comfortable. And this is what I'm talking about. That saying is basically saying be an asshole all the time. Be egotistical all the time. And this is what I mean about a healthy ego and an unhealthy ego. If you don't turn down your soul, turn down your ego to make other people comfortable, you don't love nothing. You're going to be single. I'm just keeping it a bean. You're going to be single unless somebody is just on some desperation. They need to be with someone and they just going to be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to put up with this asshole because at least that's my asshole. There are situations out there like that. I ain't judging. You know what I mean? But for the most part, if you can't do that to make other people comfortable, it's not love. It's just not love, because that's the definition of it. Like, that's being in a relationship to say, you know what? It ain't worth the battle or the war. You know what I'm saying? Let's find a way to solve the issue. Or are you truly mad, or is this just a bunch of bull? Like, what's the root of this? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do we dissolve this shit? You know, resolve it. And if I gotta turn my shit down in order for that to happen, you know, it could be as simple as, I don't like when you do that. It's just like, oh, all right, I won't fucking do it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's turning down your light, right? Because that's part of your ego. That's part of the way you express yourself. That's part of the way you animate it. But if you want to be in cahoots with that person, right? You say you love them, then you'll do that for them. It's different when you have a like and a dislike for something that you have a need that has to be met in the relationship. That's different. You know what I mean? But if you just going off, like snapping on your bitch feet all the time or something in front of her parents or something, you know what I mean? It's just some wild off the wall shit. And just be like, yo, why you be showing out in public like that or something? Like you can curb that. You can turn that shit down. When you love that person, you will. You know what I mean? So that's another thing as well. And when it comes to this Mercury chakra, the throat chakra thing is going to be serious too, because I said this earlier. You can speak your way into going against the vibe that you give off naturally, organically, to where people can tell that you're being deceitful, right? Because if a person knows your body language, they know what you're usually on, and then all of a sudden you start speaking in a way that is not matching the body language, is not matching the energy, the vibe that they are so accustomed to, It's like when they say women are intuitive and they know you up to some dirty dog shit or whatever the case may be. That's what they're talking about. It's because you're trying to be vocal now and articulate your way, because the Mercury is the sun's secretary. It's always close by to the sun. So this is where motherfuckers be trying to finesse their way out of shit, the same way that we finesse our way into shit, right? We turn on our charm, we animate our souls, and we get, we make you laugh to the panty slide off, whatever it takes, right? And then the next thing you know, the same type of energy, you're using it, but you're shifting it to be deceitful and trying to get yourself out of something. Like, it could just be as far as not wanting to do laundry that day, right? Oh, I got to go and do such and such. You know what I mean? I got to go walk my salamander or some shit. It's like, nigga, you not trying to do laundry today, are you? You don't want to do laundry with me? Type shit. You know what I'm saying? But motherfuckers ain't stupid. Not everybody, Do I got anything else here? No, that is about it. That is it, and that is all. I hope you enjoyed this session as much as I did anyway. I really did enjoy this. But I hope you enjoyed this session. I hope this did something for you in some type of way. If you got any questions or you got anything you want to chime in on, just get in the comment section. Confirm or deny. You know what I mean? And until next time, I'm out.